Feeling it?
2 hours
Then I
to
haven't
go.
found that one.
We just jumped back in the first place.
Okay, cause
So.
yeah.
Can you send us like the link that we can see?
Huh?
Can you send us a link so we can see what's going on?
I can give you a QR code.
I haven't found the one going across, I need to find.
Okay.
Or you just go to eCrossit.com.
Oh, okay, okay. cool.
Most, if you're on Facebook.
Okay, I'm on Facebook.
All
right.
It's okay.
But the only way to vote is to go.
Bring somebody's dolls.
You have, they use Facebook to verify that you're a human being.
That you're a real person.
Yeah.
And you have friends.
So I put lemon from the
Hey, Bob, do you want to sit here and kind of, for this, or do you, after it's over, wanna just go over it? I mean.
The one they found, it looked bad, there's some up there that are shafts, that are still, those I'm not. It's actually found those shafts,
People are here.
those.
Okay, okay.
When I jump on the video, it's not here in person.
I will.
All his friends. Yeah.
Used to be. Kids.
Yes.
That's on my car.
It's not too old, but he's working.
Might have
Yeah,
The kids now.
had Facebook, is not, it's all these things. She knows, you know, once you go on over to the.
But I'm
She'll have
stupid
like,
going.
so I do all of this while people.
You just go,
And I would tell people.
Yeah, there's like any of those. There's two openings there, but they only go like the
First in.
Do you want to?
Picture of Mars.
Yeah, there's a line that gave you, that's.
My son's from last night.
Okay, I'm.
I'll make for you, just.
I'm not doing that. Okay,
So
I'm not going past where I can see.
They have.
Oh, wow.
Well, it'll take you to here.
But they have all lines.
And then if you're not signed in, I mean, wait, it'll take you signed in to Facebook.
I had an air monitor.
Through all these steps.
No worries.
But, interesting, also, you guys will think there's some good art, because we were wanting to look at other.
Oh, I know.
Bad ones anyway, so you'll see how.
You can't-
So really smart.
I didn't think about that. Okay, I didn't think about that.
Okay, let's see,
I was
so-
thinking about the pieces of today.
Yeah, I got it, just tonight's easy.
Yeah, so.
And,
I
usually write in pencil on all the. Things because you're erasing a lot.
Yeah, because there's one in there that you go through far and it's always filled with water, but
That's
some like,
okay.
there's things twins like walk through. Someone's has to in there till the end of the day. Nothing in there.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started.
Oh, it's been amazing.
Let's go ahead, I know, my last. I won't cry. Could we start the meeting and would you please take the roll?
Joe Heaton.
Here.
Mark Reynolds. Brad Dancer.
Here,
Bob Hamilton.
Here.
Sammy Neely. Here. Sean Platt. Here. Nick Crossick.
Here.
All righty, all right. And can we get approval of the agenda, please? Anybody have changes?
No additions.
No, I don't think so. Hear a motion?
I move that we approve the agenda as written.
Your second, all in favor? Against? All right, audience business?
Yes, he's audience business.
Oh, okay, hi.
Oh, hello, my name is Steven, I'm building a house at 2051 Clear Creek Drive.
Uh-huh.
We poured the footers last week and we will pour the stem wall on Monday, so we're moving along.
Yeah,
And the plans that you approved had a front door that was kind of nondescript. And so I've narrowed it down to 3 that I'm interested in and I wanted to show you.
yeah, sure.
Right.
Okay, so I've got this one, which is kind of, let me know if we need this closer.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
can
here.
just walk around.
Oh, yeah, so this is kind of a big 4-in looking wrought iron. It's, they're all knotty alder. My personal favorite is the Frank Lloyd Wright looking one.
Where are you?
what was the
Clear Creek Drive.
Drive.
Yeah, right across from the lagoon.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is my
There's
first,
two new houses down there, not the Riddell's where we did a site visit, this is the other one.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
and then the last one has this sort of kind of gothic look to it.
Sorry.
That's kind of tutoring, huh?
Yeah. Any-
Which one do you want?
I like the Frank Lloyd Wright
The
one.
middle one.
Yeah, the middle one.
I like that one.
No objection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's kind of craftsman looking, I think it would look good in a
It's
month.
wood,
Yeah.
it's wood, it's not old lady-ish. you
Right,
know,
right,
like those
right.
old-
I like the knocking all the white.
Oh.
Oh, all the doors are gonna be tiny,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's not got wrong with that. Okay,
Yeah,
that looks
nice
great.
work.
Okay, great.
Yes,
That's all I have.
Thanks
Go
for
for it.
coming in to show us.
Yeah.
I appreciate you
Yeah, no, we-
keeping us posted.
Well, yeah,
because-
no, I don't wanna like buy something and then you'd be like, no, that looks bad,
And
so.
we,
no, that wasn't what was on the plan.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
other than that, I'm moving right along.
great, just
Even if you can email me the door, so I have it in
Okay.
COA, that'd be good.
All right, well, thank you for your time and if you don't have any other questions, I was.
We're good.
no, no,
All right.
thanks so much.
Thank you, thanks for coming in.
That's nice. Somebody actually asked first instead of something. Okay, all right, so no one else is actually here. Do we wanna do the minutes? Or
Doesn't matter.
has anybody read the minutes?
No.
Let's take a minute and read the minutes, I think.
Or is that? I can't do the one. That's all we do.
Very short. It was a very short meeting. That was, we both read through that one.
So the only thing I was wondering about was the 2029 St. Creek Drive. There's nothing about motions.
Hmm.
Nothing about what?
Good, yeah.
Who did the motions?
I
didn't look at the notes.
don't remember,
What's that mean?
but I noticed
Yeah, yeah.
there's that whole section's missing.
Yeah, we must have approved it, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I remember it was approved.
So that could be the comment. Just to add.
Yeah,
before you do
I'll
the-
find it in my notes. Okay,
And it would, are these taped? Yes, it's
Oh, yeah.
also on the tape.
I'm
listening to it together.
okay,
So slide through.
so we'll hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve with the changes.
Addition of,
With the addition.
Okay.
Motions.
we'll hear a second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So now, action items, Kevin Buckley, 811 Griffith. Looks like we got a roof here.
And I think we only have that because he's changing the materials on the roof.
That's what I understand.
But yeah, that's
It's-
what I
it's-
was also.
Do we know what he's planning to put on?
He says so, some places said it was,
So that's asphalt for this.
It's asphalt shingles, the only reason it's in front of you guys is because it was cedar. And he's replacing a cedar, it's just a section, I guess, of the house that's cedar. And he's replacing that section with asphalt, the rest of the room is asphalt, so
Is he matching, I guess he's matching what is existing on
approximately.
approximately.
In tree bucket.
Yeah, it's pretty separate from, is it, I assume the section he's talking about is the part that's got the bitchin thing on it now?
This part.
it's above the thumb.
Oh, okay, the. Now I gotta see where I'm looking at. I drove by there, I know
You're
the
standing
part,
on Griffith. And you're looking
Yeah,
north.
the creek is over here.
yeah, the part that's runs along the creek, it's all bitchin thing, there's no shingles on it at all. And this looks like the front part.
Yeah, it
It's
sticks
just
out,
for,
yeah, on Griffith.
It's
Oh yeah, he
just on-
already took all of the cedar off.
okay, so that's the part he's talking about,
Yes,
okay.
I would, I don't know where it's that reference from to the 50 years.
Well, it's in book two,
Page 80.
page 82.
82, okay.
which is, I'm not sure what chapter it is, but it's page 82. Six, Article 6, which is roofing materials. B, materials. This is not a storage structure, but should be earth tone and have a matte, non-reflective finish. B2. Should be architecturally fitting, appropriate to the structure. Which did me with that. And then 3, I guess C, 30-year or greater composite shingles and muted colors are appropriate.
Yes, we have typically been saying 60.
Yeah.
Year composite, asphalt composite shingle. In case, do you have any idea whether he's using just a year? Asphalt
Yes.
shingles, okay, then I would recommend that we note that. Because his application doesn't state it. Okay, 50 years. Which one I'd be happy to make a motion to accept the application for the Buckley room, with the notation that it's 50-year asphalt shingles.
I will second.
All in favor?
There you can see what the different types of these are.
These are 3 different.
Yeah.
You see, it's fine, it's
One.
So it's,
So the ones at the front there.
Black car, yeah.
yeah, that's the, that's.
Yeah.
We,
A lot of nature.
yeah, a lot of help.
yeah. Okay, yes, please do.
This is an amendment. We were approved for concrete stairs
For the person and the
for
address.
Megan and Frank Henry. We were already approved for concrete. But we decided we'd like to do tracks instead. Tracks, treads and risers, and that way we're not messing with the structure seems to be solid. And we're gonna still change the rail as was approved.
So what is the railing on that, Sean?
The railing on it now is good. With
Yes, yeah, I know what it's on.
We would like to do metal post with tracks. That's what we do it.
And with the plain black. There,
They'll be the same colors for treads and risers. On
Painted.
the tops. So the caps, and there's gonna be a side rail on the. railing.
and the handrail, yeah,
That will be the color of the tracks on the treads and risers.
lovely.
And then there's gonna be a grab rail, which will be black.
Okay. So nothing is jumping out of the street
No,
visually.
and I haven't showed her colors, but I'm assuming the colors will be similar to the spelling, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I move that we approve the amendment for COA number 25-16. To change the stair material for treads and risers from concrete. It was previously approved to trucks. And that the railings, posted railings be 2x2 black powder coat.
What needs to stipulate that?
That was previously approved.
Okay.
It's
All
just,
In discussion, we have no sightings. We gave Susan no sightings, and I would suggest that you use page 81 that you should do building materials. That you're in 81, section 5D. You're in synthetic materials may be considered to say appear similar in character and detail to traditional materials and try to use the appearance of wood steps.
This book too,
Book 2, yes, thank you.
all right. Any more? We already have a.
Second. Need a second.
Okay,
Oh,
need
I
a second.
second, Brent second. So, did you?
Sure, I second
Okay,
it.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're moving on to other things.
There's a discussion item that Sean wanted to bring up for 1117 Griffith Street, and there are some pictures in the back of your packet.
Oh. Lost those pictures because they weren't relative to any of the applications.
Well, these were just showing how they didn't cover the foundation. On Phil Orange,
Oh, where is this?
what is it, 1117.
I remember this one, yeah, I remember this one. I see this one, I did.
They need to cover it,
Yeah, and why
then
would
they put some temporary planters in front of it and.
Well, the good, why,
Very good.
well, they did the whole side and everything, why
They fixed the railing.
This is all new, this is all just exposed.
Well, it should match, you know, the posts are even covered, but the front is not.
Right, the front, the side,
What did they say they were gonna do?
I thought they said they were going to raise the landscaping up to,
they mentioned about building filters. And we said that would be okay, but I don't know about just putting a pot there if that counts as.
It's not, no.
I don't think it does, the one in the center, the black one, I think
Yeah,
that,
there was a couple more like that.
that works.
But see, the step is still gonna be there then,
On the
down
step,
in front of it.
step's gonna be very.
So supposedly just.
And then right there, this side's pretty big, but. Is it?
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, that detail on that corner is awful.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I see that, but what I'm after is who do we direct, supposedly do we direct this, because what we're saying is somebody has not complied. Correct. With our permit.
Well, do we contact
and
them
we-
first?
What?
Do we just contact them first and say, you're not done?
we already did that.
Oh.
No, I think that we formally indicate that we would like, do we have a compliance officer these days?
We have code enforcement who comes up every other week.
would we issue them a letter or something?
We could have him do a DRC citation. We already did have him do a DRC citation for some of the big containers in town, so. I would need to coach him on the specifics.
Get the minutes of the meeting that, this was discussed with the owner and what the agreement was, and then show that we have not complied with that agreement.
Yeah,
I think that would be the thing for the code enforcement person, there, in
yeah,
reference. I looked online, I couldn't find any minutes for like a whole year, like 25. No, not long.
What year?
I'm assuming it was last year, it wasn't that long ago.
It was last year.
the follow-up with him was last year.
Yeah, I'm sure that, I mean, I found the original,
Do we paper file anything anymore?
Yeah.
By their addresses?
I have a master sheet with all the skillaways and addresses and a date that we talked
Yeah,
about.
so you can find the date.
Yeah,
The date.
if he was on the agenda, which he might not have been.
I can search.
Okay.
the address, it'll pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
November 23 is when we approved the project.
right.
I found those notes.
That was my very first DRC.
Yeah. And then I know a couple of years later, this came up in.
Yeah, it was in the summer, August, but I.
Probably about a year.
August
I
28th.
expected it.
Then
It's
the
August
other,
28th.
the other enforcement was the safeguard, and they have told us repeatedly that they are willing to enforce the DRC, So I'd like to call.
They already have a certificate of occupancy, so if we were to revoke that, it would be based on non-compliance with the certificate of appropriateness, which would be the town revoking it, not state bill, so it might be involved, but they don't have the right to issue or revoke COs, we do, so.
Okay, but what they did was say that it was okay to issue the CO that the project was done.
Yeah, well, this was like early 2024, or like summer of 2024 when they finished building that, so it's been a little while.
I understand that, but I also understand that if they're saying they won't issue things if they don't apply with what the DRC has added or whatever, apply to the accepted plans, then at least I think it ought to be discussed with them.
Well, I think if I remember right, we approved to be this year, because the whole I had allows the grass.
Yeah, they came here and you guys said, okay, just fix this, and then you can have a CO. And so we issued it,
Yeah, it said landscape.
And but they didn't fix the
but they didn't
just.
fix the thing, so
And
now we have
foundation
to
walls.
go back.
There were
Yeah,
remains
okay.
on it.
We typically don't hold COs for landscaping, so.
Yeah,
That's what they said during the
Well, this
meeting.
is not exactly. the
Right, it's gotta be
foundation.
the house.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fix was landscaping, I think. We talked about.
Yeah, it said landscaping will be completed in there. What else did you say?
Susan, can this go on another agenda so we remember to track it, please? And then, yes, let's turn it over to whoever. We think we should be turning it over to. Follow up.
Well, I mean, I haven't turned it over to Tom. Looking to figure out how to
Yeah,
do it.
even if it goes to our code enforcement, it's still me, so.
I didn't know if they thought it was two people.
yeah, I agree, like what was approved, or what was agreed on.
Right, I just don't know a lot of it.
It's okay.
We still really do.
Yeah, why would they want
No, it's not modern, it's unfinished.
it?
Okay. All righty, anything else under discussion that we need to discuss?
I have this idea of, and I
There's,
think
it says cover
to,
the bare concrete along the porch. And add the railings and.
these guys are still on their other exam. And one of these to Sean and, Brad, I would give one of these to you and Joan, and one of these to. You 24 from that. Right, what did you get in front of you? What does that page look like? Yes, thank you. Okay. So I've been thinking a lot about the thing called, it's on our agenda under items to discuss our guidelines. Reformat.
Yes.
Which one of these? All right. Bear with me for a minute. The thought here. The thought here is that this is for an online experience. So you go online and do guidelines. And the very first thing it does is describe what a major project is and what a minor project is. There's all kinds of things. And so if you click on the minor projects, what comes up is the list from 1 to 11. And at some point, I want the minds that be to say what's left out of the list, what isn't left out of the list for minor projects. It would have all of these projects listed. If I'm into walls, fence, and gates, what I can then do is just click on walls, fence, and gates. And all of the guidelines, and if we need to, we'll explain which ones differ from historic to Millside or better. But all guidelines for walls, fence, and gates that are in different places in the book show up in walls, fences, and gates. So you've got all the guidelines you need. And actually, as I started to go through it, because if you're just looking at walls and fences, you're sitting through forever pages in this thing. And so I started to go through the variety online and just pick out stuff. But each of those pages would be an independent page. So if you had the walls and fences, and you also had some lighting questions, you just go back out and get lighting. And then you hear everything about the lighting. And I just thought that the other thing, we could keep these running while we try to set up this and see how it works. But so, what I was hoping, you know, if you think this could be a workable system. What I would love to do is have different ones of us pick one of these or two of these and search the books and pick out everything that goes with roofs and windows. And everything that goes with doors and porches, so that we could begin to put together the sub pages. Because then we can look at the sub pages and say, is anything that we feel is not. Anything we need to subset change in what it says, like that would give us the opportunity to change the 30-year singles to the 50-year singles and make some of the changes we've been talking about. And if we even got the minor projects under control.
Yeah.
The major projects, people are much more inclined to read the guidelines. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it for major projects, but they're much more inclined to actually look at guidelines than the folks with minor projects. So I thought it would be an interesting approach, and it would be something that's far easier to deal with.
This program already does that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I,
so-
and I like this approach where. A lot of times, if you hit with minor projects, we'll spend half the night trying to find out where stuff is. I knew the only minor project we had, or we had a roof, so I picked up roof in book 2. You look at roofs in book 3, I don't know if there's any difference there, but, you know, it's like. Hey,
Brent, can you do it instantly?
Roof
I have it
materials
separated by.
in book 2, plus we have roof.
or you would have proof forms and stuff, but a minor project wouldn't be changing a roof form, that'd be a major project.
Heavy material.
So this is like re-roofing and.
But I just like for us, I went to roofs first, it's like, that's not
Yeah, there's
right.
nothing.
That's not what you want.
It's like we could go to roof material.
There's one of those saved because I send them to people all the time, just like the one page that they need for retaining walls, windows, doors.
Yes,
And a while back when we got a bunch of window ones. And they were in book 2 and some in book 3, I did the same thing, it wound up being, it condenses down to be like maybe 3 pages. It covers everything you wanna know about windows and, you know, most of the window requirements really apply to the historic residential area.
Right.
And then much less of requirements or restrictions in more down by
but
the
that's
lake.
explained under windows. you
Yeah,
know, so-
yeah, I mean, you have both, that way it's, you know, you attach this, we could even give the printout with the COA. To the person, this, okay, there it is. And this is what, and I had, I didn't get to the point of being able to create check boxes on it. But we could do a check, you know, comply, does comply, that type of thing, even annotated. I like this idea with it, where,
Yeah.
because probably 2/3 or higher would fall into the easy category.
Yes, they'll fall into the easy category on some of them, some of the rest of them, if you Google, or if you say you just want to have the word roof, it's not so much in the roof, but when you get to some of the windows and some of the others, you'll find that they show up in different. They're not only showing up in your materials and it's that they're showing up under site development and other places, so
Like sidewalks would be one of those.
yes.
Sidewalks is one that's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere, and so to pull sidewalks together and to differentiate between sidewalks and interior walkways. Is really sort of an important one to do on the. And I thought if we start with the minor projects, because quite frankly, our agenda is full of minor projects, we get major ones, but they are.
And you wanna encourage people to come in on that.
Some of these are pretty easy, but fences would be one that has a lot of different sections. Driveways, not so much. Garages, not so much, but some of them have a bunch of sections, some don't. Windows and doors don't have many sections.
And this also would give us,
Do, if you look at building
Which one?
aspect and if you're putting in new windows and those and how.
Then if you go to the Windows section, pretty much everything is already there.
yeah, windows and doors,
I would add-
it pretty well covers everything.
What?
Railings, it's hard to put on the
But I
book,
mean, it's all in.
that's something that people ask me about, and I always struggle to find railings.
Really?
Should it be
Yeah.
enforced?
Landscaping, the landscaping.
Yeah,
That's
no.
in the landscape.
You see, now you're asking some
Or
questions that fit, because when we look at the landscaping stuff, all kinds of things show up that you don't expect. Because we're not just after the current section that says something about a thing, we're after the other places in the books that we end up having in. Both books have sections that are guidelines for architectural features. And things about windows and roofs show up in there, and doors and porches and decks are in the
Yep.
features. And they're still under design guidelines for site features. So we have, and some things are under guidelines for setting.
But I think if you start looking at
And some-
what the guidelines are for the topic, we can move stuff around so that the focus is on the topic.
Oh,
And- We could even ask the question, are you talking a replacement or a type of project, or are you talking about making a major modification to a structure or something like that to direct them in a There's no loud, no wind racing at all.
Doing a lot of shouting. One of the, library part, that one moves when you get up on top of it too. Does it? Yeah, that gets a little spooky.
No, hasn't blown over yet?
It's totally removed.
Not yet. Hasn't blown over yet?
Nope.
Do we have an Excel update?
What? Oh, an Excel update. Oh, yes, we're having an Excel update. I'm trying to block Excel on my. Excel has finally approached, Excel has outsourced the approach to the town, the county and historic Georgetown to get construction easements to build the bypass pipes that they were going to build. And it's interesting because they hired HDR engineering to get a hold of all these. And they said they wanted it all complete by August 1st. And when we were talking about a construction easement that's going to run for 45 years, they also want the use of the ground that as you walk Cornell passes off to the left, where some of you may remember that they had the height when we were doing the Cornell Pass Road. They did a lot of staging in the area right before you get to the house that has the eggs and the chickens. And so they want to use that whole area. They do want easements that are 4 to 5 years. And so I think that what the task force is going to do is that the agencies that are going to do this are going to sit down collaboratively and say, how do we want this all to turn out? Because it impacts the Silverdale Recreation Area and it impacts the Rutherford Trail. And so we are going to get this, I hope, some sort of a coordinated approach to how we're handling these requests. They can't really do the project without these easements. We cannot really deny them the easements. That's not the point. We're not going to try to deny them the easements. It's just what kinds of arrangements can we make about what happens after they left. So it's an interesting time.
Lots of things going on.
Lots of lawyers with practice. Wow, great, that's where I see it. So yes, that's the Excel update. We want to clarify what the future property ownership is.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where the bottom line is. Yeah, we will try it, but that's. They need to know too.
Did you take the National Register District off the list or was it?
Are we done with it? No, we're not done. We need to leave it. So please do leave it on those.
When do we expect to hear back on that?
That one has gotten very interesting because of the state of the nation. We passed all the state stuff. It's a discussion in Washington.
So it could be a while.
It could be a while.
Okay. State stuff's done.
And they chose to, the state, who is now proposing, we proposed to the state said yes, and they proposed to the nation, and the state has very quietly said, you would be better off waiting a while.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
We don't want to cause any,
So
we don't want to call attention to ourselves at this speed, you know.
no, we do not want to call attention to ourselves at this given time.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's lost, that's why we need to leave it hanging around, but yeah.
Let's see Mark how to come from the rapid.
I would like us all to stand around there and I would like a picture of the DRC. We haven't done that in years.
No.
You can stand by
It's when Robert Carter left. I have that picture of us standing out front. You're in that picture. Bluberman's in that
Oh my
picture.
God.
I'm in the picture.
Well, and the look at that, there's, I can't even.
Okay, you wanna jump
There's
first?
two people that's on, when I get done, right away, Judy Waldrowski was chairman. And like,
I wasn't.
not yet. And well, you'd been on before probably, but I was new, like you knew. And Judy called me one day in the afternoon and, wanted to know. We need to have an election and blah, 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 these people are leaving and whatever, and would you do it? And I was like, what? And she calmed me into it. She goes, oh, it's easy. She didn't show me any, I never saw her again. It's like she never came to another meeting and.
This is Jean who owns the.
Sherry Wallen, yes, yeah.
Yeah. And we're friends and everything, but like she didn't show me anything. I'd never seen her do it. And Marinelle and I, kind of had to figure some stuff out, and of course, she wasn't anything, but I was kind of like, oh, okay.
Absolutely.
But so, what year was that, Sharon?
I know, what's that?
What year was that?
What I moved here in 2002 and got on the board in 2002.
Wow.
It was chairman shortly after. And then we did have elections, which nobody ever wanted to be it. Just kind of like tag year. And then Mark finally stepped up and said, I'll be co-chair. During the summer, and I was like, okay, so it's been knocking on for a very long time. Good team, I must say. Thanks for stepping up to take the reins.
Yeah, but it's been a transition. It's been sadness.
I'm gonna miss a lot of things and a lot of people. Are we adjourned?
Yes, let's adjourn, so we take a picture and have a.
Yes. I have something to say that I haven't allowed.
Mark, do you have anything to say before I turn the Zoom off?